First 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Brought down at the 28-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
From the gun on 3rd down, McDonald. And this is Cook with the ground. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
So when you saw him dump it off to the back, did you think he was going to pick up the first down there?
Well, I knew one thing. It wasn't his primary target. At least it didn't look like it. Turned out to be the play they needed, though. And it's big because it's the opening drive. So converting that 3rd down, keeping the play, not the play, the drive going.
Yeah, it certainly appeared like his downfield targets were covered. He threw the little dump off to his back, and nice effort picking up the first down, though. And you're right. The opening drive, keep those chains moving. He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Throwing again, McDonald. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there at the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, McDonald lets it fly for Thielen. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory.
1st and goal.
Well, how about the passing numbers so far on this first drive?
Oh, no doubt about it. They're flinging it around pretty successfully. And look at the start. The confidence level that we see in him rising because he's hit a few early. And how about the last one? The big shot right there.
6 yards there on the keeper at 2nd down. Well, that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained. And, in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
They'll run for it with Cook. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Building confidence after a loss, that's a good way to do it. The loss last game, but first drive here in this one, cashing it in for 6.
And they can talk all they want about putting a loss behind them. I think that drive there did more than any conversation they had, don't you think?
That's exactly right. Puts that to bed. And this is what they said all week long. A lot of things they needed to do differently. But whatever they said appears to have worked. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially. So a net gain of 1 there.
At their own 26-yard line.
Swift. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
The tackle made.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Still 9 yards to go on 2nd down from the 27. I highlighted turnover margin because we remember they turned it over 4 times last week. So another one here in the first quarter. This isn't the way they want to go.
No, not even close, and it's not something they even imagine.
And this ball is caught by Irv Smith. Touchdown Vikings. Irv Smith Jr., his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead.
14, Lions nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded in the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they're going to bring this one back. It's a final return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
Extra point up and good by Bailey. And it's now 21-0. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
But that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
They'll try and run here with Swift. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
On first down, Kaepernick. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Swift. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
It's Kaepernick. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively. But instead it just brings up 4th down.
On
4th down, the Lions trot out their new punter for 2020, Jack Fox. As he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Returnable here for Davis. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
You can't have some better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well. And it's pretty evident when you watch how Minnesota plays, just how important Dalvin Cook is to their offense. 1,000-yard rusher a year before, the first one the Vikings had since Adrian Peterson was dominating their carries. And having Cook in the lineup for the bulk of the season, that made Minnesota exactly what their head coach Mike Zimmer wanted them to be. A much more physical team that complemented their defense.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's McDonald. Complete. Jefferson to target. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
A gain of 4 brings up 3rd and
4. From the gun on 3rd down. McDonald. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 41-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. They're going for Jefferson downfield. Justin Jefferson, the rookie, his intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Desmond Trufant on the
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. He's got a 1st down and more inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They run again on 1st down, Cook. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Let's check on the call. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
21-0 our score after 1. From the gun, McDonald. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Give. This is Cook. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Results in a 4th down.
Dan Bailey now for the field goal try. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And this one is right down the middle. And the route is on. It's 24-0. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. For the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
25-yard line.
Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but you're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
On 1st and 10, here's Kaepernick. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
First down, Detroit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run the draw here with Swift. And, boy, this defense, again, really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They run out of the gun with Swift. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 yards there, first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Swift. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now they'll throw with Kaepernick. They'll find Swift out of the backfield. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 17-yard line. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains.
And the Lions.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Swift. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
The Lion ball carrier.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Kaepernick to throw on 2nd down. That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
From the gun on third down, Kaepernick. It's Minnesota D up to the task on the third down pass play.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on third down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected fourth down here.
A 29-yard attempt.
And the 13-year man puts it through, and they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. Now, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
4-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Looking to throw on second down. McDonald, that is caught. It's Tajay Sharp. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
First and 10.
Excellent play there on third down. Give them 25 yards. First down. McDonald going up top. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
Well, the first 2 drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. McDonald. He's going to try and go deep again. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Third down, Dalvin Cook. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So on fourth down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So that'll be marked down as a 19-yard punt. And the Lions will take over.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before.
He's got him in, complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Detroit.
Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. Man open, that's Robert Foster, complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. Not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. Offense ready to kick off their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Kaepernick again here on 2nd and 10. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Kenny Galladay, the Pro Bowler, was his intended target. And it's 3rd down.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face. Coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
The 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
I like what they tried to do there. Tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands, and hope he could make some yards after the catch and pick up a first down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
At their own 33-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Throwing on first down. McDonald. He's got his man Sharp complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
Oh, going for Jefferson down. And the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. And he'll bang that one through.
The score, Vikings 31, Lions 6.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
5-yard line.
Offense ready to kick off their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. He really hasn't been able to get on track running the football, averaging less than 4 yards a carry.
Yeah, I think that they're going to enjoy the film session because all the defenders are filling their proper gaps on just about every play. And you know what they always say for a defensive coach? When I click off this film, I better see 11 jerseys in the picture going after the ball carrier.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Harrison Smith.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
A gain of 12.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. From the gun, it's Kaepernick. Throw here's incomplete. Kenny Galladay, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Kaepernick to throw again. He'll let it go deep for Foster. And that'll be intercepted by the Pro Bowl safety Harrison Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They go play action with McDonald. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
6 brings up 3rd and 5.
On 3rd down, Cook. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. 1st down.
10 at the 24-yard line.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
2-yard line.
A 2nd down run for Abdullah. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
Makes the tackle.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They go with Abdullah again. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the 1st. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Here's Britton Colquitt now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. On the return, here's Agnew. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Detroit. He returns that punt 73 yards. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead.
When you've got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach, but it's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they mishit the ball and kick it right to him.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Lions 12.
So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
A quick throw caught by Sharp. That catch good for only a couple.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line.
Down at the 17-yard
I know
line.
the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line. That's the end.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. They'll run on first down. Boom. And he'll be pulled down as a penalty flag will rein in as well, and that would appear to be a face mask. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. Because they had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 5.
Toss outright, and he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
Good. We're up.
First target, first catch, and a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. McDonald. Over the middle, complete. That's Osborne. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down. Well, I'm sure he likes his performance a little bit better than last week. He had the 3 interceptions here, none in the 4th quarter, and he's got his guys in front.
Guaranteed he put in a tremendous amount of work this week, but maybe the matchup is just better for him. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. It's almost like those golfers. Certain courses fit their eye, and they like what they see, and other courses, as soon as they tee it up, they know they have no shot. Maybe that's the difference for him. Last week, no. This week, a big yes.
On first down, Abdullah. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 10 more there and another first down. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bending over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it out, and we've got them now.
And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, 2nd down. Throwing again, McDonald. And he'll hit his tight end, Walker. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll run here. Abdullah. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
A 53-yard attempt.
Doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it online, but it comes up about a rotation short. Well, he had it online, gave it a pretty good ride too, but in the end, he's a victim of the crossbar.
And Brandon, you know kickers very well. I'll bet if we ask him after the game, he'll say he didn't get all of it. We've seen him hit from deeper than this in warm-ups. But here, he's a foot or so from clearing that bar.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football.
And with that kind of a deficit, opposite. You can't afford to make any kind of mistakes, but it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook, and he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line.
He's tackled at the...
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll run again. This time it's Abdullah. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd-and-2 situation. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 7 times and could use another right now. This time they face a 3rd-and-2. He's got his man in stride, complete. And a run past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 21-yard line.
And they will take a knee here.
McDonald on the keeper. A loss of a yard.
So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And it was a game where they were off and running in the 1st quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, Parker, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for the Vikings, they close out this 1st half at a very solid 6-2. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they will be back home next week for a date with Washington. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
They don't know my name, I'll get through the pain. Taste sweet on my face like it's lemonade.